Welcome to this look at a new mod map on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. This is OSADA. This is a new mod map out by RajotGPLAY, 290.52 megabytes download. It does say a map inspired by the eastern part of Europe with small and medium-sized fields. The word OSADA in Polish means settlement. We start on the map pretty much central. As you can see, a lot of fields, quite small. It does say info. The map area will be enlarged in new versions. I don't know if that will be probably be PC. Maybe it will get a bit of an enlargement on console. We'll see. Field prices, because the fields are pretty much, I mean, they're fairly small. So not too expensive, even going up to some of the bigger ones like Field 69 up there for 289,000, 211, Field 65, 275 grand. So yeah, even the very big fields not too expensive. We've got a large forest out to the east in sections, again not too expensive for the sections of those. Then we've got a swamp logging area just over to the west as well. And then we have got a logging area, there we go, just to the south too. So yeah, prices not too bad. On New Farmer we do start with this farm area here and Field 31. There is another farm just up here with another sleep trigger. Yeah, we start with the sleep triggers, both of those, on all three game modes. Although you don't actually own this plot, but you do kind of have access to it still, if that makes sense. So what we'll do is we'll cross the road without getting run over. Lighting is great. Colour palette, texture, I really do like it. Megabyte download for the map is quite high, but it's quite high. There is a lot of detail. I mean, a lot of detail on this map, and it gives it a really nice, natural, immersive feel, which I quite like. So this is the main farmyard we start with on New Farmer. I think this plot is only, I think it's 175 or something like that. 127, even cheaper than I thought. How cool is that? So not too expensive at all. We have got our first sleep trigger just there. As far as contracts go, there are contracts available on this map. As far as mods put in by the map maker, there are some. If we go into our sheds, I think sheds didn't have any. Silos did. Silos has got a small silo on the end there, 80,000 litre farm silo. Under silo extensions, we've got a couple of manure heaps on the end there. I don't think we have anything container or tools. Farmhouse, we've got these two Polish farmhouses, one at each of the farms, the pig farm and the cow farm. Productions, there's a debris crusher. Sorry, not productions, under sell points. There's an extra debris crusher on there. Nothing on greenhouses, orchards or generators. Animals, we do have the cow barn here at the main farm that's fixed. You can't do anything with that. The pig pen, however, is an additional. That will hold 100 pigs. We'll get to that later on. And that is removable, again, which we'll look at later on. There is no sheep, chickens, bees or anything else. Decoration, I don't think there's anything under other. No. But landscaping, we have got some additional trees and plants. And under textures, the painting palette, we've got quite a few different ones here for grass, forest ground, dry grass, gravel. And as we go across, there's a whole load, like sort of gravelly riverbed type things, and yeah, so a whole load of extra textures thrown in there. Happy days. There's no biogas plant on the map, but what we'll do is let's open a few of these barn doors. We'll see where the equipment is. We'll talk about slot count in just a moment. So we've got the old Ztor. The main machinery store here on the map is a Ztor dealership, so that's why both of your start tractors are Ztors. We've got Rossel Mash harvester and header. Slightly larger Ztor there. Ztor, depends how you want to say it. I know there will be a correct way depending on where you are in the world. We've got a small baler, seeder, small trailer, and then we've got the cow barn side of things here. This only holds 30. I mean, that is it. That's the cow barn. Click on that. 30 cows. Obviously, it's empty at the moment. Milk comes out of there. Slurry there. Now, I don't think we have a manure heap in place at the moment. But if we come around the back here, we've got a couple more bits of equipment. We've got a plough and cultivator, and then we've got that small 80,000 litre silo. These are drive-through barns, which makes life a little bit easier too. all tucked very neatly into the small farm unit we start off with. Again, if you're on new farm. If you're not, you have to buy this plot, but it's not too expensive to buy. We're going to grab the pickup and let's head around the map and have a look. Get a feel for the map, a feel for the terrain. It does have a nice sweeping landscape to it. And like I said, loads of detail. I should have zoomed in there, shouldn't I? So we're going to head north first, I think. Yeah, let's head north. Oh no, hang on. I just remembered what I was going to do. I was going to do stuff at, sorry, background over the crops. There was a couple of places we were going to go to, we could walk to, and I just grabbed the pickup and overexcited and just rushed off. Just down here, we have got carpentry. So carpentry point, a lot of these are fixed in place, but we have got carpentry just here, which you can buy for 60 grand, and then you've got your point for putting in your planks at the carpentry, and then we've got our livestock market just here, so for buying, selling, loading or unloading. That's where your pallets will spawn for the carpentry, for your furniture pallets. So those two I wanted to do. Now when I first came onto this map, there had been a horrendous car accident here at this fork in the road, where traffic coming one way had collided with traffic going the other way, and it was a huge tailback, pretty much like what I've just caused there. Not the most exciting J-turn you ever can see. Okay. So now we're heading north. First point we're going to go past, come to, is the bakery. To our right, just there. There's a production chain, so you can buy it if you want to. Carrying on, see what I mean about the sweeping landscape? It's nice, it's got a nice flow to it. I really do like it. Little riverbeds and streams and sort of gullies and stuff all over the place. We have got a fuel point here, and what I love about this is one of those ones, it's like just somebody locally has managed to get hold of fuel, and they just do it from their sort of their back garden, their own little farm unit. So if you want to buy fuel, we've got a fuel point just here in someone's back garden. How cool. Carry on up the hill, still heading north. As we turn in just here. Around here we have got the South Valley Biomass Energy. So that sell point there is Biomass Energy, and then we've got Transpol, which is one of the sell points just there. This is another one of those maps, so when you look out across it, there's this lovely views in all directions. When you get these like hilltops and you come over a crest or a rise, and it's just, yeah, it's fantastic. I love it. The draw distance seems fairly short. I'm on PlayStation 5 and I've been quite surprised of late. I should have that open really. Certain maps I've been on, and you know, especially when I go to take a thumbnail, how brought in the draw distance seems to have been. So details like this, it's one of those things that if it wasn't there you wouldn't know, but it's put in. It's just a lovely attention to detail. Right, so the second farm, the pig farm, we're coming to now. We do have a Farmer 400 silo there, 400,000 litre. We've got the pig pen just over there, which holds 100 pigs, and then we've got the second farmhouse trigger, which is just over there. Now I'm going to talk about slot count. If you come onto here on all three game modes, it's 902. So you start with all that start machinery. You start with the Farmer 400 silo, the other silo, the 80,000 litre one, the pig pen, the two sleep triggers, and we'll just tuck into the corner here, about there. Probably about there. Now, on the first farm, you can sell the little silo and you can sell the farmhouse, but you can't sell the cow pen. That'll look a little bit like this. And here, on this one, you can sell the Farmer 400 silo, the pig pen and the farmhouse, and it will look a little bit like this. If you do that on both farms, if you buy the land, sell all of that, and then sell all of the start machinery. If you want to go full start from scratch, you can get the slot count down to 774. So yeah, pretty good. I like the fact that both of these are kind of, they are accessible even if you don't own the land on the second one. But we're going to come out the gates here and just head up the road. We've got another sell point. I wasn't sure. I've done a couple of little checks on here. One of them we'll get to later on. I couldn't get to work, and well, I say couldn't get to work. I couldn't find what I was supposed to find. So, just tucked round here, we've got this. Now, straight away I thought, oh, you start with the greenhouse. You don't. This is a sell point. This is the greenhouse sale point for you. So for your lettuce, tomatoes, and strawberries, we've got a sell point here. And this is another one of those things. It could have just been a sell point plonked, and it could have just said greenhouse with a greenhouse next to it. But it's all of this detail, and it just again makes it feel so much more immersive. I did check the manure heap here with the front loader and a bucket. That's just for decoration. I couldn't pick up any manure from there. I thought maybe it was a free pile of manure we can help ourselves to, but it's not. I thought we'd have a look. The other thing I really like is because it says about it being extended. The map does feel like it goes on forever, because when I was checking out the map, and I'll show you now where we've been. We started at the main farm. We did do the carpentry and the livestock because I forgot, and then we headed north. We took in the bakery, that fuel point in the garden, and then the transpol and biomass heating. We then came back and across here to the second farm, to the pigs silo and second sleep trigger, and we're now here at the greenhouse. So I was kind of looking at a route to go across, and I thought what I'll do is I'll head north and they'll come back down that road to these here, because it just feels like it goes on and on. However, when I tried that, I hit the limit of the map almost immediately, but when you look at it, it just has that feel that it just carries on. It's very well done. So from here, we're going to, like I say, it's not a huge map, it's not going to take us too long, but we're going to have to go back over our previous journey a couple of times, but it doesn't take too long at all. Sweep down the hill here, and then we're going to chuck a left. We're heading east. So the next turning, I think it's the next turning we want, pretty sure it is. Just up here. Start of the larger forest that is broken up into sections is just there. So, if we turn into here, to this facility, to the right we have got the grain mill, which is part of the production chains, so you can buy that if you want to, or just have it as a sell point. And then to the left we have got a sell point, and the sell point is it Miltrans? I think it was Miltrans it said. Yeah, Miltrans sell point. So from there we've come down, across, up, and here. I'm sure it's Miltrans, yeah. And then the grain mill is next to it. Now we have got a railway line that runs part down. Now this is, we're going to head down to that and we're going to get to there in just a moment, but it does say there Colonia. So you might get contracts that say the sell point is Colonia. If it's Colonia, you need to use the railway. When we get to the railway, you'll see why it might get a little bit confusing. If the contract says Colonia, you need to use the train, regardless what it says. Just, yeah, that's what you're going to need to do. So we're going to head to there now. There's a fantastic kind of gravel pit quarry again. This was one of those ones I took. I've lost count of how many thumbnail pictures I took, and at the time of recording this, I haven't done my thumbnail yet, and I'm still not too sure which one I want to use, because there were so many little bits, and I thought that looks fantastic and that looks really great, and you know, trying to pick them, it just has a great feel. I'm going the right way, aren't I? I am, yeah. Pretty sure. The farm we started at is just there. So from here, we're just going to swing it that way. Yeah, look at this. It's so well done. The pipes coming out into the little kind of pond, I suppose, if you want to call it that. And we are here at the gravel pit. The gravel pit has a debris crusher just there, and it has a lime station just up there. Now it does say, and this is the thing I was talking about, it does say gravel pit, purchase of stones and lime. Now I haven't been able to purchase stones. The debris crusher's there, I tried with a bucket in a couple of different piles. I came up to the lime station, so maybe it gives you the option for lime or stone to buy. I tried with a bucket. I also tried with the trailer. Both of them, when I clicked on it, when it says start filling, it was just lime I got. I didn't get an option. Now, it might be a different trailer needs to be used, but I other than that, I couldn't find a point for buying stones. It's not a major problem. You can put in a buy anything silo and buy stones. You know, you can buy these plots. Unlike some maps, most of these plots, hang on, that's not where we are, right? We are here. Yeah, most of these plots you can buy. Are not overly expensive, you know. I mean, it's got a price tag to it, but so you could, if you really wanted to add a bit of immersion, you want to be able to buy stones here at the gravel pit quarry, whatever you want to call it, then you could. But it's all this again, all the detail, all the conveyor belts, and the huge pile there, and like I say, the pond lake next to it. I just think it's brilliant. So we're going to head from here. Mind the bump, out onto the main road, continuing east. We'll head up to the railway track first, railroad track, again, depends where you're from, how you refer to it, and again it looks like it just goes on and on, but we are pretty much at the edge of the map. So here we have got the rent train point. It's 500 per hour, it says, to rent the train. So if I click on that, the train will come. Next to us we have got a transfer silo, and that, like when I was saying about where it can get a bit confusing, because the sell point it's going to says Colonia, however the transfer station hasn't been, the name hasn't been changed, so it says Crest Valley. Oh, there you go. Train's going past now. The train goes south to north that way. So if you call it, it will go that direction. So if we go to the map again, continue up there. So the rent train point is there, but this is Crest Valley. It's just a transfer silo. So you can use it as a silo for storage. You can just put stuff in it if you want to. It will hold all your main grain crops. It will do olives, grapes. It will do sugar beet potatoes, sugar cane, and wood chips as well. This one does. Load up a train, send it off to be sold, or just hold it as an extra silo on the farm if you want to. So, from there we come to the sawmill. Again, part of the production chains if you want it to be. The actual point there for dealing with the production chain or buying it is there. Your drop-off point, sell point for your lumber is here, and wood chip collection is there as your byproduct. And over here we've got, what was this called? Meblomex. Now Meblo I think means furniture. Now I'm not sure if this is a production chain because there's nothing to carpentry. You take your planks and stuff. I'm not sure because we've got a point here which looks like pallets should spawn, unless this is just a drop-off point. But this will take furniture pallets and it will take planks. So as a sell point, like I say, that's just got me a bit puzzled because there's nothing to click on to buy it as a production chain. I don't think you can come and buy wood, and that'd be a bit weird, but anyway, so yeah, Meblomex is just here, so we're just sawmill, Meblomex, why doesn't it let me click on it? There we go, sawmill, and it's because I'm standing on it. There we go, Meblomex. There we go. So, we're going to head back in towards the town now. I'm astounded by the level of detail. And it looks good. So let's head back in towards the town. We'll be at that little fork in the road where I said the car accident had been, will be, not necessarily. We sweep down the hill, and there's even the windmill just off to the left there. There's loads of detail all across it. It's brilliant. There's one of the wind turbines up on the hill. I don't know if I'll be able to go and have a look at it actually. And there's like a transit van, or there's a van parked to the bottom of it, like it's having repairs done, or you know. Again, it doesn't need to be there, but it's been put in. So, fork in the road was just there. we're going to head across the bottom bit here, and we're going to go up round there, past the graveyard, and we want the next turning, I think. Pretty sure it's next turn, yeah. Up the hill. On the right we've got a sell point for honey, and it's Pol honey, and this was another one I took a thumbnail of because again I just loved the detail on it. I thought it looked great. I mean, look at this. It's an apiary. It's an apiary, isn't it? I'm sure it said apiary. Apiary with bees. So you've got a little shack and you've got all the little beehives, and around the back you've got a sell point for your honey just there, so you can bring it all up here. Fantastic, love it. Then across the road we've got the main machinery store, Sator dealership. Your buy point is just over there. Your workshop trigger is just here. This is the reset point as well, so if you need to reset any machinery, it will reset here. Nice big open area, plenty of space. I mean, judging by the size of the farmyards, you might be slightly limited to the size of machinery you can use. That being said, there are plots like, so we've been from there all the way back to there, or went across that bit there, here and up to here. This plot here, for example, right? So that field there is a grass field. It's fairly flat. So if you didn't want to start with those two main farms, you could sell both the sleep triggers and you could set yourself up a farm here, in which case you probably could get away with larger equipment because you can set your farmyard up in a way that could take larger machinery. So, you know, and the fields don't have lots of hedges or fences in the way, so it's not like, you know, you could blend fields together. You might just need to remove a couple of trees here and there, so you could make larger fields from it if you wanted to. So there is the option. And then from here, we head down the hill to the last of the sell points, and also a production chain, which is the dairy. Mind the crows. Dairy, it's just off to the left there. And then what I'm going to do is just to finish off, we'll just turn in here. And this is the swamp forest, swamp logging. I love the fact that you've got so many willow trees. You know, it's a very damp, low-lying area. And again, nice bit with the river. And you've got all these sort of swampy wetland all round there to the left as we drive through. You see it all kind of low-lying around there. It's just really nicely done, you know. And that's the map. I think we've been around the whole thing now. Just drive out the other end of here. Just get clear of the forested area. Let's stop there. So, from there, back down the road, dairy, through the swamp area, and we're just up there, which is almost at the northern point of the map now anyway. If we hit that road and come back down, we're up there at the Transpol and the biomass heating, and then we can head back down the main road to the farm. That's the map. That's OSADA by RajotGPLAY. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do, as always, thanks for watching.